you down, babe, you supposed to drown. You ain't no fuck with no boss, bitch, I turned you out. You won't catch me in no shark boots, I burnt them out. Bitch, you gotta wait till their birthday to go out of town, bro. Yeah, I talk a lot of shit. He like who you think you is, nigga, not your bitch.
Hi you guys, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new. In today's video I am going to be doing a do my hair with me plus a story time of how me and Tari met. So if you guys are interested in watching, hit the like button, comment down below, and also subscribe, and let's jump right on into today's video. So I don't think I ever did like a talking portion with y'all, so I'm gonna do like a little story time with y'all while I do my hair. So since it's Valentine's Day coming up, I'm gonna do a story time on how me and Tari met. Since I've never told the story on my YouTube before, this will be the first time y'all hear this story. So basically, me and Tari went to two totally different schools, two different high schools or whatever, and we both knew a mutual friend at the time. I found out a little later down the line that they used to talk, but it wasn't like nothing serious, and I was like, oh, I wish I would have known it beforehand, because I would have never talked to you. But let me rewind a little bit, y'all. Let me rewind something. Alright, y'all. So now they came and interrupt me again. But basically, we knew this mutual friend back then when we were younger, and she actually introduced us when we were like around 7th grade, and we never officially met each other back then. Like, we didn't meet each other, I think, until like about 9th grade is when we finally met each other. So we used to talk back then, and y'all know how the little puppy love go back then. You be like, yeah, we boyfriend and girlfriend, da 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 da. So that's why I tell people, like, we literally been together since 7th grade, because we was going together back then, even though it wasn't like nothing truly serious back then, but we count that. So basically, we was going together and stuff back then, and then we just so happened it was like, we're gonna break up. Actually, I think he was the one who was like, he didn't want to date me no more, da 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 da. I can't even remember what it was all about or whatever. But basically, yeah, so he broke up with me back then, and I was just like, alright, whatever. Because it ain't like we never met each other or anything like that, so it wasn't nothing really serious. So about a year later, I get a call from an unknown number. And I'm like, who is this calling? So I picked the phone up and I'm like, hello? And he was like, yeah, that's Tari. And I'm like, who is Tari? So it's been a whole year, so I didn't even remember him, y'all. So that's how you know. So I'm like, who is Tari? And he was like, we used to talk or whatever, da 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 da. So I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I think I remember you, blah 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 blah, or whatever, right? So that's how that conversation went, right? So then we started making plans to, like, we was like, let's meet up, da 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 da. So yeah, so I was like, blah 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 blah, yeah, we made up a plan, and eventually we met up. So like I said, this is about a year later. But I don't think, but see, that a year later, I think that was like around 8th grade, we started communicating again. We talked about a year or so, and then 9th grade is when we actually made plans to actually meet up. Cause I was like, I'm in high school now, we both in high school or whatever. So yeah, basically we started making plans, and we was like, well, since we both know this mutual friend, and Mind y'all that they stayed in the same neighborhood, so his house was like literally the back house of my friend's house. So it was like, oh, perfect. So we first initially met up at my friend's church. So that's where we officially met each other. And y'all, it was so crazy and it was so weird because I had my best friend, y'all know Didi, she be on my channel. I had her go with me to meet him at the church. So he had his best friend or his homeboy at the time come with him so we can meet each other at the church. And this particular church, my friend at the time, her mom drove the church van. And so we was like, yeah, have your mom pick us up, we'll ride the church van to church. That way we'll all, ride there together. So this is when it got awkward, y'all, because it's like we were the last stop to be picked up, okay? So it was so awkward, us walking to the van, and then when we got on the van, y'all, this how we was nervous, because then we had to sit in the front. So him and his homeboy literally in the very back of the van, and we was the last stop, so we literally was getting in on the front of the van. And it was so crazy because it's like we were so shy. So y'all, the whole time we was on the van, me and my best friend, it was like we was just like this. We didn't want to turn our heads for nothing because it was like, it's just an awkward feeling when somebody is sitting behind. It's like we were shy and everything, so it's like to have them sitting right directly behind us, we did not turn our heads for nothing. Like we was like, we didn't want them, even though they would still could see us. But it was so funny, and when we talk about it, like to this day, he laughs because he was like, it's so funny because our heads was like straight, like we didn't turn our head. And I was like, y'all, literally, we didn't turn our heads for nothing. Basically, we met up or whatever, and basically, as y'all know, if y'all see me and Tara together, he's not much taller than me, he's shorter than me, and his best friend was tall. So I was hoping that he was his best friend because I'm like, oh, he tall and the other dude is short. But I'm just like, okay, we'll see. So we knew out of them two it had to be one of them because she already told us that it was one of them. Like that was them. So we came together whatever after church before we got back on the van to go home and stuff. And we greeted each other, whatever. Like we sat in the church and talked or whatever, but this was like a full initial greeting where we could actually talk without being in the church setting. So we was able to talk to each other, and so we was like, hey, what's up, how you doing, do. And y'all, come to find out, he was the short guy. But I really wasn't too upset about it because it's like I already had like built the bond with him, and like I said, we already was talking for over a year, I believe, before we actually met up. So it's like we already had built that connection. So when I finally met him face to face, anything that I probably wouldn't have talked to him beforehand, like if I would have known beforehand, I probably wouldn't have talked to him. But since we already built a connection, it was just like I could bypass that because I literally already know you like the back of my hand. After that, it was like we literally started making plans to visit each other all the time. So this is when we got like in a full-blown relationship because we done finally like met up. So now we're like taking our relationship seriously. So either I would be at his house, he would come to my house, but for the most part, I was going to his house. So here's where the story gets, So here's when the story got like to a sneaky point, because my mom didn't know about him yet, but his mom knew about me. So basically, I would be sneaking over his house to be with him without my mom knowing. So I would tell my mom that I'm spending the night at my friend's house, because remember, like I said, y'all, mind you that his house is on the back side of my friend's house at the time. So I would tell my mom I wanted to stay the night at her house. And sometimes I did. Sometimes I did stay the night at her house because I wanted to hang out with her. And then sometimes I would tell my mom I was hanging out with her house, but I was really going to his house. But I would have never imagined that we would have still been together to this day. And then that's when a lot going on, blah, 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 blah. Found out I was pregnant in 11th grade, and yeah, that's how Kevion was born. But if y'all want a full detailed video about that story time, about when I found out I was pregnant with Kevion, then y'all can go follow. I'll link it down below. I did a video when way back when I first started my channel about being a preteen mom and how I found out I was pregnant with Kevion. But this is my hair now, you guys. I got it as flat as I could possibly get it at the top. I hope it don't look bad in the back, but it probably won't really matter anyway too much, because I want to try to curl this hair. So yeah, basically I'm gonna use these to curl my hair, and then I'm also gonna spray some water on it and try to set these. I'm gonna wrap it up, and then I'm gonna check back in the morning and see how these curls turned out, and hopefully they look like something. So I'm back. So I got both sides curled. I'm about to get ready to wrap my hair up, and I'll see you guys in the morning. Good morning, you guys. So it is the next morning. I just took my hair out, so I wanted to show you guys the outcome before my curls and stuff drop. So this is what my hair is looking like. It's super cute. I'm in love with it. Please give the video a thumbs up, comment down below, and also subscribe. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.